Welcome to shoe review number 2. I just got back from work here in the garage and I have thoughts. So I wore the shoes for the day. I tried them for a few hours with socks on, and then I tried them like an hour without socks on. My impressions are that when you walk with them, they're kind of loud because there's no cushioning, so it doesn't really dampen the sound at all. Kind of a loud sound. And also because there's no heel, it's a lot, you notice that your heel strikes the ground a lot more, so there's a lot more impact on your heel, and hopefully over time you'll transition that to more mid-step walking. So that means your stride is essentially a little bit smaller, not just because of the decrease in height, which decreases the stride overall, but also because you're using your midfoot and not completely from toe to heel. So it does feel like you're walking slower or differently, but for overall comfort, I think it's a little less comfortable than my previous shoes that I have here. And I think there's a multitude of reasons for that. The first one might be because these are standard size 9 shoes, but these are size 9 double wide. So these are just overall wider everywhere in the foot. So it allows for better air circulation, especially above the toe area, not the toe area here, but the toe area here is a lot larger. So there's not much issue there. But with this, the toe area is very, very slim comparatively. So it feels like the top of my toes are rubbing up against it. And for this shoe, it feels like my toes are getting squished a little bit. So overall, these shoes are a lot smaller than my previous shoes, as you can see. This is my old shoe, this is new shoe. So overall, I think the increase in size for the XX, the 4-time double wide, makes it so that there's much more air circulation for a larger shoe. I know that Xero has a wide variety of this shoe, so I might try that, or I might try sizing it up a half size, because my right foot, as you can tell from my 2 diagrams here, my right foot is slightly larger than my left foot. So I had a little bit of issues with the right foot, especially in this middle, I'm not sure what you'd call this muscle here, this muscle right here, tendon. So I loosened one of the laces, and then I even loosened another lace, but I put it back. So that means it's a lot more comfortable when you're doing more ankle mobility moves. So yeah, what I would recommend is a larger shoe size, or maybe their wide variant that they have. I just have a normal version. But overall, I like the shoe. Yeah, it's larger. The foot area is very, like, even though this is double XL and this is just their normal variant of the shoe, I feel like they're almost equally as comfortable. And you can see it's like very big, but yet the toe area is still very squished. But this area, the toe is much wider. I could go for a little bit more wider for, I guess, maximal comfort, but everywhere else is pretty good. The heel area feels very secure. The distance from heel to toe is it's perfect. It's a size 9. But I might need a little bit more in the toe area, so I might size up. I think for breathability though, I think I might even go a size above that, or a wide variety, because I felt I tried it without the socks on, and it was a lot more kind of sweaty, and it was a bit more gross, but I'd recommend just a larger size. But the shape of the shoe overall is very good. I like the shape of the shoe. But yeah, it feels very snug in the heel, which is good, but in the mid part, it definitely feels a little tight. I think it's okay because most of that area for me is fat. Well, yeah, I guess fat. So it's not too annoying or hurtful, but the toe area should be expanded. Here is the right shoe, and then here is my right sole here. So as you can see, the toe area is almost identical. It's a good size here, but the mid area is very wide, and here it's very thin. The heel area also pretty decent, but could be wider. Might get the wide variety, but yeah, that's my review. They're a bit louder. They're a bit louder. They're a bit more sharp sounding, I guess. And obviously it changes the way you walk a little bit, and it gives a lot more ground feel, which is, you know, usually pretty good. You feel a little bit more of the rocks and stuff, so get more awareness of the ground. But yeah, another thing to mention, I took the insoles out of my shoes, so you can see the stitching here in the center and all around. And this is the way I normally wear the shoe. The Xero shoes have an optional insole, which I also took out, and it's very difficult to see, but the stitching is all around and not in the center, so it actually looks quite nice, and your heel won't rub up against any stitching because there isn't any. Yeah, I think that's all the stuff I have. I think the breathability is the same. I don't think there's any benefits or negatives, but this one is a lot more form-fitting, so I feel like it's a little bit difficult to breathe, so it might be a sizing issue. Yeah. Bye.